What an amazing event. Definitely something different. If this is your first time here, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman, being joined tonight by my partner in crime, Derek.
Yo.
We are here to review WrestleMania Night 1. It was quite an interesting night. We're going to talk about this night tonight. We're going to try and give you a little preview for night 2 before we get into that tomorrow. Well, technically today. And it's going to be a good one here. Let's get into the intro and then let's talk some WrestleMania. Let's go.
Everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you.
All right, guys. So listen, if this is your first time here watching us live on YouTube, do me a favor, hit that like button for us. Helps out the video in the YouTube algorithm world, helps more people see it. More people see it, more people subscribe. The better the channel gets, the better the things get for everybody. You know how this works. So please help a brother out with that. And if you're listening on the audio side, give us a follow. Helps out, spread the word. If you guys want to follow us on any social media links, just type in @EPW Show. We are on there, guaranteed. Come interact with us, talk some pro wrestling with us. Send us some of your videos, commentaries, whatever you got, and we'll be sure to listen to them. Derek, WrestleMania Night 1. Going into it, I'm pretty sure we both thought that this was going to be, tough.
Yeah, definitely. WrestleMania hasn't been hitting on a high note like it has been or used to be. But tonight was good. Tonight was different.
Let me ask you this. Do you like the 2-night format better than when we used to sit through like the 7-8 hour shows?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, sitting through two events in one night. Bro.
Yeah, way too much sometimes. Like you would just be stuck there. Like there was nowhere for you to go.
Yeah, too much. But I like the two-night special.
And I've been in the arena for one of them. That WrestleMania 33, we were in the arena probably until like 12:30.
Yeah. That
was way too long. Let's give some shout out to people who are joining us live, giving us their thoughts. We got Positively E in the house who's left us with a what? Matt Lopez says, adrenaline in my soul. W.E. sign Cody Rhodes. BJ said it's going to be a late one tonight. We'll try not to keep you too late, BJ. Cody Rhodes at WWE. I just hope Cody is happy. Now, talk about ROH Supercard. Quit playing. ROH Supercard was talked about. If you are subscribed to the audio version of the podcast, we did that and NXT Stand and Deliver. I gave you a little double dose. See, you got to follow me everywhere. You never know when you're going to get a surprise. Night 1 delivered more than what was expected. I agree, Rob, 100%. I'm buzzing. Facts. Ant won't stop in the house. Yo, Ant just dropped a dope WrestleMania song. Make sure you show him some love. Ant, love the video that you put out for that, man. Malik Murray, bro, as much as people want to hate WWE, they do deserve it, but that was a good night 1. It was hood. WrestleMania night 1 was way better than I expected it to be. Fire. Look at this. Hey, Conrad and Derek, what's good, Matt? Don't act like it wasn't still longer than a Taker intro. ROH Supercard was the banger of the weekend. Yeah, that was definitely a show I would highly recommend. Cody Rhodes going for Roman's titles. We'll see. Night 1 was a fun show. Cray, what up, guys? What's good, Cray?
What up?
A said Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship was an incredible match. Yes, and we're going to get into all of that. He said, ooh, EPW with the sneak drops. That's right. Go ahead, get on in there. And they're kind of quick thoughts too, E. So don't expect some in-depth stuff like you're going to get tonight with the grades and everything. I didn't do that for that show. But definitely check out Supercard of Honor if I may make a recommendation myself. You ready to get into this, Derek?
Let's go.
All right, so we get America the Beautiful. It is sang by Brantley Gilbert. I'm not too familiar, but it was nice to hear America the Beautiful played. It's kind of a WrestleMania tradition, so I thought that was nice. And the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders came out. If you guys don't know, Derek is a huge Dallas Cowboys fan.
Never.
Some would say it's God's team. Leave it at that. Leave it at that. Derek's least favorite phrase and probably team.
Yes, by far.
Right, man? R-Dub in the house, poor Kofi and Xavier. Now, I heard rumors that they were getting moved around. Are they on night 2 now? Did it get bumped? I don't know. We'll get into our favorite match of the night, Malik Murray, but favorite WrestleMania match of all time? For me, it's Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25. Do you have a favorite one of all time, Derek? When you go back, you're just like, what is WrestleMania? This is it.
We're gonna have to come back to me on that one, bro.
Pro Wrestling Shoot in the house. What's going on? Pro Wrestling Shoot. All love, man. Hope things are well. Malik Murray said next year they need to do a ladder match for sure. Heartbreak Kid Tokyo. Whoa. Come on now, Tokyo. Malik Murray said Rock versus Stone Cold. There's 3 of them, though. Which one? Let's get into the opening contest, shall we? And it is going to be for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. We have the Usos on one side taking on Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. I've been spelling his name wrong. I just realized it was with an S and not a Z. I'm disappointed.
Well,
Yeah, dude. So I don't know here, Derek. This was a different match. The SmackDown tag title scene really hasn't been setting it off for me.
No,
not a lot of comp over there, but Nakamura's pretty good. And Boogs, I like the act of those two together right now. And the Usos are there. This was a basic match. Boogs got his knee buckled when one of the Usos jumped onto his back, and it looked like he was going to possibly do like a double Samoan drop or something.
Yes.
I don't know if he's really hurt or whatnot. If anybody in the chat has an update for us, please let us know. But what did you think of this match, Derek?
It was tough because I don't know if I could really say this was a match that could really get me over or hold me over. I didn't really care for it.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay, but it wasn't a match that I was looking forward to. Probably solely because Shinsuke has come in and disappeared very quickly. He hasn't been the wrestler that we knew. That we loved. Now he's here, and now he's just
there, kind of.
He's just there. I don't know if I like that.
Listen, so after his knee buckled, we don't know if something ripped, he got hurt, but Nakamura gets in, he's a house of fire. Eventually, the Usos take advantage of the 2-on-1. They beat him down. They hit the Uso splash, and Nakamura gets hit with the 3D after. They called it the 1D. Pause. And after he I'm sorry, bro. It was there. So he gets hit with the 1D. They give him the pinfall, 1, 2, 3. The Usos retain. I said C+ for that match. And our grade, like the scale is listed down below for why we rank it. It's just the easiest way, I think, to communicate it to you guys for what we thought of the match. C+ overall for it.
Absolutely.
Pretty interesting. Let's go into the chat here. Six said, didn't pay for the pay-per-view. I was worried the show would suck, but I was not expecting Stone Cold to have his last official match. I was expecting him to talk his shit, stun KO, and leave. Yeah, I knew it was going to be a little bit more than that when they said it had to be the main event. You couldn't just leave it that way. Steve Austin versus The Rock, WrestleMania 19. That's my second favorite one. For me, 17 still their best bout of all time. WrestleMania always sucks in Dallas. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that one. This is better than 32 though, for sure. Right now, at least where we stand, it looks like the match was cut unless they are putting it tomorrow on the kickoff. Ooh, I hope so. Hope they get a chance to get their match in.
Yes, sure.
Malik Murray says the first one, 15. We watched that one together actually back in the day. I don't know if you remember that at a friend's party.
Yeah.
That's when we was whooping ass on WrestleMania 2000. I always got to make sure people know. Undefeated. Prayers to Boogs. CJ knows Stone Cold is my favorite wrestler of all time. Seeing him actually wrestle and put me through a lot of emotions, man. I was happy, excited, wanted to cry and throw up a bit. What? My problem with this match is they needed to merge the tag division and make one tag title. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
Boogs has to have surgery. Quad, I believe. Ooh, quad tear. You can see it pop back if you look. Thank you, R-Dub. They said he needs surgery. Same injury as Triple H, R-Dub said. Thank you, R-Dub. And shout out to Run the Ropes crew, too, him and BJ.
Remember when they They showed that on live television. Triple H's surgery.
Yeah, that was beast, man.
Ugh.
That's how he got people behind him. One and done. I have a few gripes, but decent show. Pause. Malik's laughing at. I don't consider that an Austin match. Definitely better than 32. Yeah, and that was only half the show. We're like, yeah, better than 32 already. Austin Rock 17 is my favorite. Close second, though. Same, Matt. Same. Jared Simmons, who's going to give DraftKings a shot? This man was already doing it. I better get some of the money, too, because I definitely told him I need this for court purposes. I definitely told him some of the picks he had to make. So, right, I should get a little scratch.
Yeah.
My palm should itch a little bit like, yo, Derek, he probably going to win $1 million, give me like a G, probably like, here you go, good sir. You didn't do much, CJ. I risked it all. Let's get into the next match, Derek. Let's talk about Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. Derek, this might be the match that I expected the least from, and it wasn't so bad.
Wait a minute. The man's name is Happy Corbin?
Yeah, because he's got bread now.
Like Happy Gilmore?
Kind of. I prefer when he was broke bitch Corbin. Like, I'm not going to lie. That was the Corbin that I love and knew. But Baron Corbin is in this match, and it seems like him and Madcap are having problems. Madcap, the Andrew the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner, according to something they had up on the pre-show. Who the hell is Andrew the Giant? Somebody's got to do spell check on these guys.
Oh, my God.
But he is the Andre the Giant Battle Royal winner. I wish that was on the show. I feel kind of like,
yeah, gypped out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do something better. So he's getting up there, and it seems like I said, Corbin and him are just kind of not clicking, and he's not happy with him. Drew McIntyre hit a nice dive over the top rope, Undertaker-esque, some would say.
Yes, he did. Which had me nervous because I don't like when big men do high-flying moves like that.
Yeah.
Like, all I see is bad happening.
Right? BJ said I gave this match a C- on your scale. Someone finally kicked out of the End of Days. Yes, that hurt. Baron Corbin hits the End of Days 1-2, and this is the first time someone has ever kicked out. This is the importance of protecting a move. It was kind of like when someone first kicked out of the pedigree. Like, I was like, oh, shit.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it's crazy when someone kicks out of those. But when you kick out of it constantly, the move's kind of,
It falls to the wayside. It doesn't have its
impact if you do hit it. Now you're waiting for like 3 of them to be hit or.
Yeah. And that just tears everything apart.
Anywho, Drew McIntyre gets the victory with the Claymore kick afterwards. At the conclusion of the match, Drew gets in Madcap Moss's face, and he swings the sword and just breaks the ropes. What the hell? Yo, what? People are in here tripping. Bro, they need to give Happy Corbin a new gimmick. Bring back the old Lone Wolf gimmick again. Lone Wolf character was better. Andrew is Andre's half-brother. Andre match was on SmackDown. Yeah, I know, but you put so much behind it to make people feel good, and then you never did anything with it.
Right.
You know? Say hello to Cesaro for me, someone. Like, what are we doing, man? BJ said that's why protected finishers need to be a thing. One End of Days in the kick out was in the crowd was in shock. That is true. And Cody had to use 3 crossroads. Yeah, that's true. We gave this a B- though, to be fair. Like, I thought the shock was really good, and it wasn't a bad match. Corbin's really good. I think sometimes people give him grief for no reason.
Right. Question: greatest Deep Six?
I know you got an answer. I think it might be. I'm gonna say Chad Gable. Chad Gable has the greatest End of Days in NXT, where he did all the flip around, loop-de-loop, and then he just caught him, and it was like, done.
Right. No, man, I want to say the best Deep Six. For some reason, it's usually done on Dolph. Dolph sells the hell out of that.
Yeah, Dolph is pretty good. When they were on SmackDown, I think I kind of remember a good one from that one, too. Someone said Corbin's a great mid-card heel. So what does Drew do after this? I think Drew's going to get elevated back to the main event. Some people were wondering why was Drew in this spot. Drew was in this spot because he was injured and they didn't know he was going to be back in time. So I'm sure somebody lost their spot from this match.
Right.
Corbin's facial reaction was money after Drew kicked out of his finish. Good point, Jared. Good point. I think AJ had an amazing Deep Six as well. Corbin is solid in the ring, saved Dominik Mysterio's life many times. There's kind of a sadness for me too, man. I was reminded tonight of how all the wrestlers I grew up watching got me excited as a kid are old now. Yeah. Yeah, everybody gets through that stage, man.
Old as dirt.
Facts.
But can still move though. So
let's get into the next match. And this match, I don't know, man. This might be the sleeper match of the night, I think. I think a lot of people were sleeping on this. We've got the Mysterios, Ray and Dominik versus The Miz and Derek's favorite, Logan Paul. Honestly, hashtag wrestling fashion. Shout out to Queen and JPQ. This match had they had some styles here. I like it. I like the looks of the wrestlers. Ray comes out in some sweet colors of the Mexican flag. Dominik's wearing the U.S. flag colors, and then we've got Logan Paul and The Miz. They come out in some pretty cool gear. I'm not gonna lie, Logan Paul looked like a call from WWE 2K22 though. Like I was like, this is fresh, but you look like a call. Right. You look like you're about to be at My Rise. But I thought he did really good in all, Derek, when it came to this match.
Absolutely, definitely did very well. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, it was definitely done well.
Yeah, they had Dominik. They were getting heat on Dominik for a while. Mysterio comes in like a house of fire. He tried to go for 3 Amigos until he got stopped by Miz. He pushed him into the ring post. Logan Paul hit 3 Amigos in the frog splash.
First of all, let me retract what I said. Logan Paul actually impressed me a lot in this match, especially when he hit his so-called Eddie Guerrero shimmy. That was funny.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, if you didn't see what he did, you got to see this shimmy he did right before he did the frog splash. It was funny.
God. It was horrible. It was hilarious. It had us dying.
Malik said, I got a question. Do you think that WWE should do a reset, like reset the roster and championships and make them important and stop? Don't take all the belts away. Don't pull any of that WCW stuff where they did all those tournaments. Mm-hmm. But I do think they should stop with the gimmick pay-per-views, though.
They should. Definitely should stop with the gimmick.
Let's see here. Sean said night 1 is in the books. Good to be here. Thank you, Sean. Sean was on our preview and prediction show. If you want to go back and listen to us set up everything, and for night 2 tomorrow, you can kind of fast forward halfway through and hear our thoughts on night 2. My celebrity match with Floyd versus Big Show. That was good. Number 2 on celebrity wrestling match of all time right here. Bro, good match or not, Logan Paul can eat one so effing annoying, bro. I just logged in the WWE 2K22. You might find yourself a Logan Paul call on Community Creations. I give this one a B-. It would have been a C+, but the fact they had that to Logan Paul do the 3 Amigos and a frog splash was a super heat moment. It was. I like the card as it went, and the matches got a little bit better. The Miz turned on Logan Paul. Wasn't surprised. Yeah, me and Sean said that in our predictions. We thought that was going to happen on there. Logan had the WWE 2K20 Empire of Tomorrow DLC gear. Terrell, what's up? What's good, man? Thank you for joining us. Not a bad WrestleMania. Best match, Becky, Bianca, Cody, Seth, Stone Cold, KO. Jared said, I understand safety is important, but there are a few spots in this match where both teams are overly cooperating with each other to execute moves. That kind of annoys me. Part of the game, man. It's part of the game these days.
Right.
How Miz became the biggest babyface ever by turning on Logan. I don't see it that way. Dom's Los Gringos Locals attire was fire. Yeah. I thought the attires were great tonight, man. In the end, so the Mysterios hit a double 619 on Logan Paul. Miz makes the blind tag. Miz sneaks in, dumps Dominik, skull crusher finale on Mysterio. 1, 2, 3. Damn it. I was so mad. I was hurt. And then Logan Paul and him are celebrating. And Miz was like, turn on you too. So right, I think we might be getting a Miz-Logan Paul match at WrestleMania Backlash. I hate that name for the record, if you guys didn't know. Mm-hmm. But we gave this a B. I thought this was fun. Let's see. He gave the salute back. I like it. I respect it, my G. Thank you, Terrell. Ann said, do you think Tony Khan was upset Cody went to WWE? No, I don't think so. No. I think it was kind of expected. Like, where else are you going to go for if you wanted to get a payday? If that's what it was about. We don't know the real reason. Logan hit a beautiful frog splash. Agreed.
Definitely.
Stephanie McMahon comes out on stage next. Hashtag worst wrestling fashion we thought of the night. I don't know what she was wearing, but it looked weird. Like, was she wearing Air Force Ones or what? I don't know. Do your thing, Stephanie.
That's what it looked like, bro. It definitely looked like she was wearing some Air Force Ones.
Yeah, so she came out and I was just like, it was just a weird fit. And Gable Steveson comes out and they just introduced him and that was it.
That was it. He was out there, gave Stephanie a hug. I think right after that, he was gone. He didn't stay out there long at all.
It should be interesting to see what he does. He got drafted to the Raw brand. So time will tell. Maybe he'll debut tomorrow. I don't know.
Hey.
Or not tomorrow. Excuse me. I'm so used to it. Well, technically it is Sunday. Yeah, so tomorrow. Let's see here. I want to know what happened between Cody and TK, man, but Cody had gone on record and said he'll never say why he left. I think they both agreed to it. Cray said, I thought she had some J's, laugh out loud. I don't know what they were. They look like the Chucky sneakers, though, and she came out like, what is that? No mic time.
Terrible.
Let's get into the Raw women's title match next. This one was a banger. We've got Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. I can't front, man. I had a good time watching this match. Really did. I thought it was fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm not usually big on the women's matches in WWE because they haven't really been that great. They've been okay or decent to okay. But this one was definitely different. This one was well more flush with the storyline as it should have been, and the moves that were landed were flush as well. So you can't go wrong.
Yeah, BJ said he's turning on Gable. He feels like they keep showing him off, like, look at our new shiny toy, and then putting him back on the shelf. I know they are still cool, but it's got to hurt Tony a little bit, like when Kurt left WWE for TNA. Yeah, we'll get into some of that. Chucky said, keep my name out your mouth. Charles, man, we got to talk about those shoes, though, bro. You got to up your shoe game, all right? We can't have you coming out here wearing them busted white skippies, man. You just can't. Right. You can't do that.
Can't do that. And you got to talk about you out here doing people in with little toy hammers.
This was an awesome women's title match. That's obviously a WWE thing, but that's it. Becky with the MCU entrance video. Yeah, I did peep that. In it. Becky comes out for this match in an Escalade truck, and Bianca Belair had a marching band. I thought the marching band did their thing in this. I thought they were good.
They did. That for a moment like this is what you want to have. For them to have that kind of music, for her to come out to that, get that blood flowing 10 times stronger than it was before without the music. So having stuff like that is an extra additive, and it at most times it works. So if you can do more of that, I'll be happy.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Marching band was lit. Ant said, Chucky, you haven't changed your look since the 80s. Facts, Matt. Let them know. I gotta say, it feels like Cody sold out, man. All the shit he was talking. We'll get into Cody. I swear. We'll get into that. Save that comment. Highlight that and save it because I want you to bring that back up. Rob said, who gives a fuck how TK feels about it? Ooh, you guys are on one tonight, man. So Becky comes out. She's out there. We got an early tease with the manhandle slam. That pinfall got us.
Yes.
Derek got it, was like, damn it, this better not be it. That ref came so close to hitting the mat. You would have pissed everybody off.
Oh my God. I was ready to flip everything over. Like, yo, we're not doing this. All right. I did that BS with her before. Man.
You can't do it again.
Man, no, you just can't. You just can't, bro.
So after that tease, Bianca Belair hits a nice 450 for a near fall on Becky Lynch. That 450 was smooth,
especially off the second rope.
Yeah,
that was nice. That was nice.
That was really good. That 450. Now, after that, Becky decided, you know what, I got to do a big move. And Becky said, you know what, I'm gonna go to the top rope. She went to the top rope and went for the Molly go round. Except for one thing. When she dove, she didn't get the distance she needed on it. She ended up catching Bianca right in the face. Like, dude, her eyeball is going to be done tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would be very surprised if she comes away with no damage whatsoever, because
I don't think she's going to be damaged. She's just going to, on Monday, her shit's going to be swollen shut unless they have a way to, like, cut it open and they can make it look better.
Man, listen, get the razor blades and then put the steaks smack right there.
Like the DVD, smack it right off your face, bro. Yeah, she's gonna have to put some ice on that tonight, man. She took it though. She ate the boot to the face, and afterwards Bianca is fighting back, and they go to the outside. She goes for the manhandle on top of the stairs. She lands it. They go back into the ring. She goes for it again. Bianca propels herself off of the ropes from the manhandle slam into the KOD. 1, 2, 3. Ring the bell. That's it. Stick a fork in Becky. She's done. She has finally been dethroned as the Raw Women's Champ. A- grade for this.
Yes. This was, again, like I said, this was a really, really good match, and this is something that we need to see more from WWE. It'll bring more people. It'll have us watching if you actually do it right.
Right. BJ said, I think this match might have been match of the night for me. I'm giving it a B+. We went A- with this. I thought this was really good, and I like that the match had the backstory with it, whether it was by accident or on purpose. I would like to believe it was on purpose.
Yes,
because I hate when WWE lucks in the storylines. See, Daniel Bryan, WrestleMania 30, but I thought that this worked well.
No, it did. It was perfect. You couldn't ask for anything more.
Man, for the botch, it was a hell of an impact. I agree, R-Dub. Six said she Nia Jax her eye, kind of poetic when you think about it. And she still got the dub. Belair is going to look like how Rocky looked after fighting Apollo. A- for me as well, A said. Rob said they said Stephanie dressed like Randy Watson from Coming to America. That boy good.
I say he was good.
Does Becky finally turn face or stay heel? I think by next year's WrestleMania, Becky Lynch will be a face.
Yes, I agree with that. 100%.
I don't think Becky's ever really been heel. She's been heel in name only. I feel like the fans still love Becky Lynch.
Yeah. The standing ovation that she got when she came back up until now, it all sounds the same. Like you have a mixture of yeah and nay. So, I mean, let's find a common ground here and figure out what we want to do with her. Is she a face or is she heel? Let's figure this out so that we can.
I mean, just gauge fan reaction is what I say.
Right.
So yeah, I just had to let everybody know Bianca Belair's eye is done. I wrote that in the notes too, right there. Now, if you guys don't follow us on TikTok, Derek had a great TikTok moment. I want to play it, but I don't know if they're going to hit us with the copyright because we did catch like the top of Cody's music in it, so I don't want to play it on here. But just know we have a TikTok video of our actual reaction when it was being announced that who was the person. And as soon as Derek heard the wrestling has more than one, you hear Derek say, he sounded like the dad when the son said the TV was broke.
Oh, yeah.
Go on our TikTok and find it. It's our latest video at EPW Show. Give it a heart. Give us a follow on there. Yes. Let us know that you're from EPW. We'll follow you back, man. I promise.
Absolutely.
Absolutely funny, though. Derek, do you know your new Twitter yet? See, Derek's been lying. I think Derek didn't do this. He says he made a new Twitter. He never gives it to us. He's fronting, bro. Let's see. Pull it up so that everyone can start sending their hate mail to Derek.
All right. Let's see.
Let me see. DS_Elite1.
See? Told you.
So if you guys want to give Derek a follow on Twitter, we'll put that in. And that's way easier, by the way. So there it is. Let's get into this matchup here. So the match was originally proposed as Seth Rollins versus an opponent of Mr. McMahon's choosing. In reality, what did we get? Wrestling has more than one royal family. He did get to come out though with this shit though. The adrenaline in my soul. I love that song, man. It's one of my workout songs. Like
it is a good song. It is a great song. It's a great song. It definitely it'll definitely bring you in like, oh, okay, wait a minute, what time out? Whose music is that? Who's coming out?
Yeah, look at this guy. He came out, and I know some people aren't happy with it, but we did get it. And also, what is Seth wearing? Like, Seth came out in lace gear. I'm like, what is going on here? I know he thinks he's the style man, and he comes out dancing and all that. I've told you guys, I don't like Seth's gimmick. I don't like Seth's music. Seth is so talented, though, that he gets away with it. But I really want them to do better with Seth.
I think there's only two people in the world, that I could think of that could pull off lace and nobody would say a word.
Goldust, WrestleMania 12. Roddy Piper, lingerie when he pulled off the attire Goldust used to wear.
Nah, man. I
threw it out there. Listen. You leave my man Goldust alone. Who do you got?
So you either got Gene Simmons.
You went with all entertainers. There's only two people who bust out lace. Gene Simmons. Who's the other one?
And Prince.
Yeah, Prince was the man. Those
are the only two I could really think of that could really pull lace off, and nobody would question it.
Honestly, guys, I'm not even going to get too deep into this one. Me and Derek, we talk about these shows all the time. You guys want to watch Match for Match? You can go look it up. I kind of want to just talk to you guys about Cody overall. I'll run through this really quick. Nasty double suplex to the outside. Cody Rhodes hits a crossroads, only gets a 2 count. Seth hits an impressive reverse suplex, holds on to it, transitions into a suplex slam. Seth is then going for a Phoenix splash. Cody moves out of the way. Cody hits a nice Tiger driver. We see Cody land the Cody cutter for a 2 count. Seth hits a pedigree, only gets a 2 count. And after a flurry of strikes onto Cody in the back of his neck and his cut up back, Cody is able to hit another crossroads, hangs on for 2. Then he does the punches, the old Dusty Rhodes, if you will. Man, I can dream. My son Cody is back in the WWF. Get yourself a WWF sip cup, and we're going to go out here and we're going to do this big time for my son Cody, if you will. And he just drops the bionic elbow on him and then hits another crossroads, and he picks up the win and defeats Seth Rollins. We gave this an A-, but I want to talk Seth Rollins and the big return of Cody Rhodes with you guys. So lay it on me. Terrell, the fact that Cody came out to his ROH Impact AEW entrance in a WWE ring, yeah, something, man. Invasion, now that would be a forbidden door. Something's happening, he thinks.
That would be a forbidden door, honestly.
Also B+ for me, more so because of the moment itself, but it was a good first showing back. The crowd popped for it, man. I think that's what gave us the little bit of edge on some of these, how the crowd reacted.
Absolutely.
And you're going to see it in another match, that how the crowd reacted is going to affect the match. But go ahead.
So with this, I know the speculations and rumors were all there. I think, in my opinion, I'm a little disappointed in Cody. Like, I'm a little disappointed.
I couldn't tell by that TikTok. Hold on. You know what? I want to get into some other people's comments because I think we can loop it in if I can find it. Here's Sick's comment. Sick told me to loop back to his comment. I found it. He said, I got to say, it feels like Cody sold out, man. All that shit he was talking and he's all in and it's this or nothing. The reason behind that corny ass neck tat, now you out here kissing WWE mats and shit. Like, he felt kind of some kind of way about it.
Yes. And I'm highly agreeing with Sick on this. Like, bro, you jive disrespected AEW like that, and I don't appreciate it. I'm pretty sure there are more people than me and Sick who don't appreciate it, and then you go and kiss the mat like you haven't wrestled in a long time. Like, bro, you was just around the corner wrestling, dude. Like, stop.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. The whole, like, I always wanted to be here. He was the person who was the most, like, out front of the EVPs, doing things, handling business.
Bro, but let's think about it, though. You're back at the company that made you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Stardust was horrible.
And Sig brought that up too. He said, who knows, maybe in a couple months it'll be Stardust again. We'll have to see, man.
And he had the nerve to do the whole thing. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're turncoating a hard body, but do you? You gotta get your paycheck. Whatever you gotta do, bro. I respect it.
AT&T Won't Stop says that the song is iconic for Cody.
It is.
And Matt Lopez says that song is my ringtone. Cody did seem disloyal. He talked about WWE the most in AEW. He was breaking thrones and everything, but he has a child now. If it was about money, providing is one of his main priorities. I wish him the best. You're not wrong with that.
No, not at all. But I just don't appreciate the way that he handled it.
Yeah, you reap what you say, but he also, I don't know, man. He did a lot of stuff too to WWE. It's very strange. Listen, I have no problem with it. I'm gonna tell you guys why in a second. I'm gonna come in at the end here, bro. If it was Goldberg facing Seth, if no one else other than Cody came out, they were probably getting booed.
Oh yeah.
I don't care if it was I was gonna use a bad example. I don't care who it was. It could have been someone who was super favored. If you came out, you were getting booed. Seth came out in lingerie, someone said. Cody also did the Stardust cartwheel. Ant Won't Stop said Jeff Hardy can wear the Prince and Rick James. Jeff Hardy. Watch this match again and take a shot each time. Corey says Seth didn't have time to prepare for Cody. Lord, you be wasted. I thought I caught Cody backstage for punching me. Becky, Bianca gets an A. Cody and Seth gets an A-. R-Dub says, I love it. Cody versus Seth was my close second match of the night. So where does Cody go from here? I say if nothing happens with Logan and The Miz, I think Cody and Miz feud. I think Cody needs to go in the ring and address Mr. McMahon tomorrow, or he needs to address his future. For Raw. That needs to be what happens on the Mania after Raw. I think he should either be the first one out of the main event segment.
Yeah, absolutely.
R-Dub said I really wanted my prediction to happen. R-Dub had a crazy theory involving the Undertaker and a lot of things. It was wild.
Oh boy.
Cody didn't sell out. He bought in. Rob, always the heel. Cody is getting to be the executive producer for his dad's A&E documentary, part of his multi-year deal. I did see that as well.
And that's another thing, bro. Like, I respect the what they're doing with that, but at the same time, you know what? Forget it. Because it was definitely going to get ugly if I would have continued that. So,
Rob said he truly went all in. The fans run Cody away from AEW. I would disagree with that. I think a lot of the fans like Cody too.
Oh yeah.
I'm definitely more AEW than WWE leaning now, but I understand the wrong he's trying to make right. Rob said money talks. I agree with Sick. Point of view, I'm happy in a ring, but that's all kind of made it feel weird. WWE was the company that brought him in, though. It's home for him. Think of it like LeBron leaving Cleveland, Miami. R-Dub. Now, if we go talk basketball, I'm gonna let you know. I didn't respect that shit either.
No.
Nah, that shit was weak too, bro. You dragged your team on live television. You made people wait to see where you signed, and that's where I think a lot of the hate came from LeBron. Because I liked LeBron before that, but once that happened, that's when the whole I don't like this dude. He's done.
Yep.
He came off very egotistical.
He did. He definitely did, and can't be that way. Can't be that way, bro.
Facts. He said he loved AEW, but they didn't love him the same way back. It's basic relationship shit. Laugh out loud. Yeah, but we won't get into it. You could. That's a long one we could get into. Nah, man. Even though I prefer AEW, I'm not an AEW stan. The whole situation seems F to me. You had a hand in making WWE's top competitor, and then you leave after that. F you on, bro. I don't agree with it. I think he will eventually wind up back in AEW, but I don't think he will ever be an AEW world champ. And just off that moment, not the guy to beat Roman. But all I got to say is Tony Khan should not let Tony go and keep him like the EVP. Tony tried to keep him. I don't know. I don't know what happened. It'll be very interesting to see what happened. Y'all think Vince will ever make Cody a heavyweight champ? Let's be honest. Hold on. I'm going to say something about that in 1 second, man.
Okay.
Bro, NWO did the same thing. I think Cody and Seth actually have a program going forward. Seth stares him down for a good minute after the match. Everybody wants to go home. Cody fits better in WWE. Cody is the LeBron James of pro wrestling. LeBron James.
Basically, I mean.
Josh Burton, shout out to Everything College Basketball. By the way, Derek, shout out to the Tar Heels beating Duke. We were watching that on the second screen, by the way, during the next match that was on. Bro, I'm still buzzing. I need it after the week, ready to catch up with you again, my friend. For sure, Josh. For sure. We got to get you on here, too. LeBron, a.k.a. the announcement, is the reason he is banned from NBA's Mount Rushmore. Jordan, Russell, Kareem, Magic, Kobe would have never done that nonsense. R-Dub, Cody becomes the new world champion when they bring back the belt for a few months. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. He's getting to produce the Dusty. LeBron can do whatever he wants to league-wise. Name one baller that's been this good for this long everywhere he's gone.
Jamal Crawford.
What a hater. What a hater answer. You know what, though? Honestly,
the boy Jamal Crawford was cooking people, bro.
Let's talk about that playoff run that he's got coming up. We'll talk during the playoffs. Let me stop. Let's go Tar Heels. See, Terrell's a good man. I knew it. Shout out. Difference between Cody and NWO is that the original NWO members were main eventers. When has Cody ever been a legit main event guy? The closest was AEW. I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I think happened was a lot of people came into AEW and it changed the way the roster was viewed.
Yes.
Once you get Punk, Danielson, Adam Cole, Jay Cargill, the roster was being elevated, and you started seeing people take spots that were coming up, and some of those people wanted those spots. This is pro wrestling. Jealousy's going to happen. Cody wasn't cool with being number 7. I get it. If that's not what you want to do, fine and dandy. But when you're an EVP, it's going to be viewed differently. You guys bring up good, solid points about all of this. Yeah. ROH wasn't a factor into a lot of things. Brian Cage was wondering why Tony Khan probably exercised to use his contract to extend it another year because of ROH. We don't know everything that was going on behind the scenes, what was known, what wasn't known, what's happening, what's not happening.
Right.
So cool. It's just kind of on a wait and see basis. I'll say this about Cody, though. Cody going to WWE is a good thing for the pro wrestling business.
Yes.
Why do I say that? WWE's roster is lackluster. I don't care what anyone says. We've went through this card already. You're kind of like, this is what you've got? This is the best you've got for Mania. And guess what? We've been watching these same matches on SmackDown and Raw every single week. And they're not fun to sit through these same shows, repeat the same 6 matches. And I'm like, dude, it's been 6 months. Can we please change up this matchup?
Right.
We don't have the IC and US champion on here. Fine. And Sick brought up putting him back at Stardust, Derek. Here's why you can't do that, bro. Hear me out. You can't do that for a simple reason. You have someone who knows the contract status of a lot of the wrestlers. You have someone who knows what person X is looking for in AEW. Cody is going to be the gatekeeper. So as long as Cody can get them people to sign over that they want, we've heard rumors of MJF they like a lot. We've heard rumors that they want to get certain people back, whomever it may be that you hear. Cody's got the key to it. Then he can make something happen. He can be like, I can get you Jay Cargill.
Right.
I can do this for you. And that's why he's there now. Maybe he'll get a job backstage eventually.
Yeah.
They've got purpose for this. They can't screw this up. The moment they screw this up with the American Nightmare, I had to rock this shirt in hopes that he showed up. I was like, yo, I got to change the shirt if it ain't Cody. Man. But they have a purpose. They cannot mess this up. And I feel like Cody has to be a main eventer at this point.
Yes. Cody does have to be a main eventer. On top of that, they can't mess it up. If they mess it up, that's coming from here way back down. So you have to do this the correct way. If you don't do it, it's not going to work. It's no bueno.
Yeah, 6 saying his closest main event run was the Bullet Club American Nightmare run, in my opinion. Let me know when the Lakers stop signing more players, Ace said. WWE's roster is trash. 5-year. I think Wardlow, Cargill, MJF will be in WWE. Adam Cole might go back. You never know. Calling it now, no matter what Cody does over the next run, it'll never be good enough for the diehards. Laugh out loud. Ricochet defended the IC belt on WrestleMania SmackDown. Hawk, not good enough. I'm sorry, sir. Not good enough when you have Ricochet and Finn Balor and they're not on the show.
Right.
But we've got other people that I'm like, we had Madcap Moss on this show, but not Ricochet and Finn Balor. No, I mean ROH was when he was when he was main eventing. I didn't want a main event in AEW. The reason no world title stipulation again because he knew the fans would think of it because of he was an EVP. Yeah, I heard Vince loves Jay Cargill and MJF. Funny thing is MJF was in WWE before and Vince didn't see anything in him. Yeah, he tried out for Tough Enough. I remember he sent in a video, but now things change, bro. Money talks.
Money does talk.
Let's see here. WWE roster is thin. There aren't enough main event players. Roman's running through everybody at this point.
Pretty much.
Legit Edge is a part-timer. AJ hasn't been a main event player in years, and they need big main event players. The real question with all that is, will people hop back over to watch? Cody is going over, got me to watch this week, but I don't care much until the next big event. Balor Priest Mania would have been nice. Finn Balor is the Jeff Hardy now spot, according to the reports. Fun fact, Conrad hates Finn Balor. No, I don't. I'm a big Finn Balor fan. So moving forward here. We gave that match an A- as well. We got the Hall of Fame folks showing up. Hall of Fame, always something different, something special. Undertaker was the headliner for it. Shout out to Shad Gaspar getting the Warrior Award. We also had the Steiner brothers. It was good to see them. Papa Pump. Queen Sharmell was also put into the Hall of Fame. And Vader. It's time. Frankie's dad went into the Hall of Fame for Boy Meets World, man. Good stuff.
Oh, shoot. Oh, wait a minute. That was his dad?
Yeah. Boy Meets World. He showed up a couple times on there.
I must have missed those messages.
Yeah, he was like, Frankie, what are you doing? You can't be beating kids up at school. Good stuff. Good stuff. So after that, we get an announcement that 899,000 were in attendance. I kind of got the front and face because I don't know if that's fully true from the ticket sales I was hearing, but maybe that's how many people were in the arena. If so, good for WWE. Rock it out, man.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think it's that simple either. I don't think they had it the way that they're portraying it. But
hold on now. We will not sully the good name of Maven when talking about Tough Enough. MJF was on the one I thought it might have been the most recent one that they had from a couple of years ago. The last Tough Enough, I believe he auditioned for. His audition tape is up where you guys can YouTube search it after this. I think Cody and Tony Khan had bad blood with the controls of AEW. I don't know, man. Let me see here. I think MJF was the year Velveteen Dream was on the show. Chucky saying cap about something. But about the number, I think. But it wasn't the 101,000 at Mania 32. This is true. And that was also cap, I heard as well. Carmelo Hayes elevated the North American Championship more than the IC. Yes, that's sad too. Let's get into one of Derek's good matches here, which is the Ronda Rousey Charlotte Flair match. This build sucked. I said it on the preview and prediction show, and I still stand by it. This sucked. We got wrestling in this one, but the fans felt like dragged out.
Yeah. We got to a point where everybody was just kind of they were tuckered out. They didn't have the energy for this match. I feel like the energy for this match could have been better, which could have made the match itself better. But everybody was just like, all right, it's been a long night so far. Like, I know this is the die down match, but I feel like if you were going to use this as the die down match, should have been
I mean, technically, this was your main event in people's minds, though, because this is the match you put on last. This is your Royal Rumble winner. Like I said, the build was so crappy, though, that this couldn't really be seen as your main event. Like I said, you're going up against Bianca and Becky, who we said had a great match, and our 2 match of the nights were tied. And then the Cody and Seth match, we both gave A- to. Right. And then the Hall of Fame with Undertaker coming out got people hyped up again because Undertaker fans love Taker and they're in his home state. Right. And then we got this match, and they're like, "Yeah, I need to sit down for a minute here," and it was still good. It was still good, but they knew they had to quiet down for this one for what we get in the main event.
Yes.
We get some wrestling. We saw some good spears here from Charlotte in the match. Shout out to Braun Breaker. He had a great spear on Dolph Ziggler today, too. Rousey gets caught in a Boston Crab while on the ropes with Charlotte. We had Rousey hit the Piper's Pit. Charlotte was able to get out of the arm bar. She delivers a big boot. Both women were trading ankle locks back and forth. Both ladies spilled to the outside. We get another Piper's Pit when they get back into the ring. Ref catches it just in time. Charlotte hits natural selection. Ronda kicks out, and the referee gets speared down. He's down for a second. Armbar's locked in. Visual tap out happens. Nobody's there to see it.
Right.
And as soon as she does that, Ronda eats a big boot, bro, from Charlotte.
Knocked her out of her boots.
Down she goes. 1, 2, 3. Charlotte wins. So no submission like she had promised. We gave this a C+. I don't know. Hold on here. Buy or sell on wrestler TV cameos. Vader on Boy Meets World or King Kong Bundy on Married with Children. I look fondly on Vader on Boy Meets World more so.
Well,
have you ever seen Bundy on Married with Children? Yes. I think he was on there once or twice.
Yeah. Boy Meets World was better because you had the lovely Topanga.
That's just wrong.
She's beautiful. She's still
I know,
beautiful.
But Al Bundy's a hero to many of that time. Funny show. You cannot have Married with Children today play, though. Shout out to No Man. Ronda versus Charlotte gets a D. That is not for the exposed top of Charlotte either. And R-Dub, you were doing so well. And then we got to hit you with the Pornhub music. What are you doing, bro? Right. I did see that though afterwards. That's why you were getting a lot of the camera cutouts during this. Sorry, my phone wanted to listen to me. I don't know why, but my Bixby's been going absolutely crazy lately. This was the piss break match. This match gets a D+ from me. Right person won though. This is what the problem is with WWE. They released all the good people and don't have contenders, and they don't want to push new stars. Facts. Rousey isn't a star anymore to some people. What do you think of Rousey, Derek?
I love Rousey as a UFC fighter. I don't know how I feel about her as a WWE wrestler. I think she's still in the rookie stages by some of the things that she does.
I think Ronda's good, and she does things just differently. Like the Piper's Pit always looks weird. We talked about even that flatliner she did like off the rope.
Yeah,
that was weird too. But hey, man, she did what she had to for it. And the titles are not important. Malik Murray is going off about the IC and US titles. I agree though.
Yeah.
The build was garbage. That match was good. We are getting a rematch at Backlash. There's no doubt. I think Backlash is going to be where Ronda gets the belt. I thought Ronda was winning here for sure, but I guess they wanted to wait. Surprise Flair went over. I was certain Rousey would win just so Flair could win the belt back at the next pay-per-view. Maybe she's going to slow down on her chasing her dad's record. The big boot ruined the match for me. Hopefully Ronda is done after this. Ronda's coming back. Rumor has it she's going to face Becky next year in a one-on-one match. And I think that'll be much better than this if they build it right.
Yeah.
Rousey should be the heel. Rousey feels like a heel in my opinion.
Yeah.
Put her with Heyman or somebody. Give her a manager and let them do all the talking and just let her become the female Brock Lesnar. Just like, I'm going to suplex you. I'm going to dump you.
Well, that's how it should have been when she first debuted in WWE. She should have been the female Brock Lesnar where she was not losing at all and just dominating everybody. But you kind of blew that. So.
Shout out to E said Al Bundy was named after King Kong Bundy, not the murderer though. Thank you. I thought they said that was going to make each other tap out. That was the build behind the match, but like I said, the build was stupid.
It was.
WWE can't build stars no more. Like how Terrell said, don't forget the Bushwhackers on Family Matters.
Oh,
remember that one?
Yeah.
It should have been the Sheep Herders. That's who it should have been. Chucky said he booked that match. Come on, Chuck. So we gave this a C+. Let's move into that young main event, Derek, for this. And the main event for tonight's WrestleMania match. What? It was supposed to be the KO show with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes.
That's the bottom line.
Stone Cold said so.
And they went into doing this, and I don't know, man. This was just absolutely crazy. So Kevin Owens just runs down Texas because why? He's Kevin Owens, and he's going through, and he's just running him down. And Austin gets in the ring. He shows up, pulls out the ATV. He comes down, going in circles. Austin gets in the ring. He's like, what you doing? It's starting to piss me off. You're fixing to get your ass whipped. You know how Stone Cold gets into it.
Yep.
Flapping your little mealy mouth. And he's just doing all of his shit talking. Stone Cold's one of the best. I don't care what anybody says. Drop you on that stack of dimes. You call it neck. And he just goes to work, man. So during all of this, they're talking. They're going back and forth. They're talking their mess. And he says, you know what, Steve, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't want to have a talk show with you. I wanted to fight you.
Yes.
And he challenged him to a no-holds-barred match in Dallas, Texas. Stone Cold said, I began my career here. I'm going to end my career here.
Yep.
And he's going to fight Kevin Owens in a no-holds-barred match.
That'll be what we needed in a very, very long time.
Dude, this brought back so many childhood memories.
I forgot about that.
Stone Cold Steve Austin starts stomping a mud hole in Kevin Owens' ass and walked it dry. He was going to work. Pat McAfee should have been on the call. Rob said that. We were watching this one with him, and I totally agree.
Pat should have been on that, bro. That would have amplified that 100 times better.
Yeah. So let me get into some of this, dude. So many people were just on here calling me. All my friends were calling me like, dude, do you see Stone Cold is wrestling right now? And they were going in, dude. We got some funny comments in the chat going back and forth. Stone Cold versus KO was fire, Terrell said. I didn't expect to see Stone Cold getting suplexed on concrete, bro. They were tripping.
Yeah, they were on that one. I feared for so much with him getting slammed on the cement. I was like, ugh.
Kevin Owens bumped like a madman for Stone Cold in the beginning, bro. He took a clothesline. He's doing inside out flips.
Yes.
He went through a table for Stone Cold. Stone Cold got suplexed on the concrete. I was like, what the hell are we doing, bro? This dude is like, he's older, man. He's fragile.
You can't be doing all that with Stone Cold like that.
Dude, I put what the F is going on in my notes. Like, what are they doing? Stone Cold eventually puts him onto an ATV. Owens can't get it started. Austin gets behind him. He's riding. They go all the way up the ramp. They're brawling. Suplexes onto the top of the stage all over.
On both sides of the stage.
Dude, he brings him back into the ring, getting more beers. And someone's like, Stone Cold could be inebriated. Shut up, Corey. We're having a good time right now. Don't ruin this. And eventually, Kevin Owens hits a stunner on Austin, but only gets a 2 count.
Yep.
Austin is down, but Owens says, you know what? I'm going to get a chair. He goes to grab the steel chair, folds it up, gets into the ring. He goes to hit Austin with the chair. Austin ducks. Yeah. Chair bounces off the top. Haven't seen a good one like this since Kyle O'Reilly in NXT. Chair off the head of Owens, hits himself in the head, turns around into a stunner, drops his ass. 1, 2, 3. You send the fans home happy.
Absolutely.
That's how you do it, bro. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
This gets an A+ just on sheer value alone. Yes.
Nostalgia.
Better word. Thank you.
Nostalgia.
Pure nostalgia, bro.
Yeah.
Loved it. Kevin Owens gets escorted out by Texas police because I guess the idea behind all this was you don't mess with Texas. And I thought this was great. Austin celebrates with the beer and his brother. It was good.
Yeah. It was nice to see him back. I was very skeptical about this. I didn't think it was going to be a match, but it was. I was proven wrong. I enjoyed it though, so I'll take my L on that one.
Right. This segment was absolutely A+. The match for what it needed to be was an A. Austin took more bumps than I thought he would. Rob said, serious question. What would WWE have done if Austin asked the crowd if they wanted a match? They all chanted no.
I think they still would have gone through with it.
I know what he would have said. What?
Oh boy.
Let me see here. Stone Cold saw Sting wrestling and was like, what can I do? He said, what? I can do that. Yeah, until you hit that New Jack music with Sting. Sting's been tripping. Stone Cold bump on the floor. Sting does that every week through a table on Dynamite. Stone Cold Steve Austin saw the table, was like, don't work for me, brother. Rob, that doesn't happen in any alternate universe, bro. Austin gave all that he had that was left in him. A+, man. I never thought I'd see another Stone Cold match, man. Got teary-eyed. This is probably the biggest moment of 2022 so far. I did love it. Hold on. BJ had a good comment before. Young Buck's new Twitter bio says, WTF, I thought we were doing All In too. Yeah, they've been trolling, man. This should have been Stone Cold versus Goldberg, though. Austin was planning an in-ring comeback. I wish he would have came back against Punk. What was that? That's over 10 years ago now. I wish you would have did that match with Punk. That was when to do it. Austin was hitting the ropes, and he looked good on Tough Enough, man. I wish it would have happened. Sting was never injured like Stone Cold. What the F? Laugh out loud. But yeah, listen, man. Sting took his bumps and bruises too, though. Sting's wrestled a lot over the years.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Also, he didn't retire like 20 years ago. Yeah, facts. Jim Ross should have been calling this match. Why isn't Jim Johnston in the Hall of Fame? All those iconic themes. I guess they don't want to put people who aren't wrestlers in still. Hopefully one day. Only thing missing was the Luthez press. Stunner! Jim Ross should have been calling this. My favorite lines. Sting also had the fusion as well. That is true.
Yep.
That is true. We're not here to compare injuries, though. This was a good time for pro wrestling fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what I love.
Yeah. Can't wait for night 2. This should be the one that should top the first one. Right?
And guys, if you're still in here, do me a favor, hit that like button for me, show me some love. And let's get into WrestleMania, and this is what we're getting on night 2 tomorrow. So here's what you have to look forward to when we do our review tomorrow. We're going to have Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn in an Anything Goes match. Should be interesting.
Yeah.
We also have Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory in a kind of a celebrity-esque match. It's a commentator versus a wrestler. I think this one's going to surprise a lot of people, though. We're also going to get Edge versus the phenomenal AJ Styles. We're going to get RK Bro versus Alpha Academy. I couldn't remember the names. Otis and Chad Gable. Shoosh! And the Street Profits. We have the women's tag titles in a 4-way tag team championship match. We also have Bobby Lashley versus Omos. Shout out to Omos singing my jam from high school. H to the O-V. And in the main event, I'm looking forward to this one. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar unifying the championships. It should be a good time had by all. And I love it. I'm hoping night 2 is really good. Night 2 looked a little bit more lackluster to me than night 1.
Yeah.
Night 1 was really good. I don't know what we're going to do for this. And let's talk, Derek. What is the overall grade for this show? We had 3 A matches on here, bro. I feel like we got to say this is an A- for night 1 overall.
Yeah. There wasn't a lot of.
There's not too much to complain about, in my opinion.
Like there weren't too many issues to point out. It seemed like for the most part they were on point with everything that they were doing. So I'm happy with it. Night 2 is where it's really at, and this as a whole, when you've combined it together, should have a good grade. So right now, night 1 is banking on night 2 to play very well so that we can hit.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get our big matches and moments. We had Logan Paul, Ronda Rousey, Cody Rhodes, and Stone Cold Steve Austin wrestle on the same show. 2022 is wild. Drink some beers and raise hell. New Day match confirmed cut by Kofi Kingston on Twitter, and R-Dub saying B+ for the show. Yeah, I'm gonna go A-, man. I thought it was really, really good for the nostalgia factor. I think that's giving it the boost, man.
Yeah, and it's been a while since we've given a grade like that.
Yeah, for WWE, it's been about a minute.
Yeah.
New Day match confirmed cut by Kofi. That's sad, man. Sad for New Day. Hopefully they get to do it. A-, Stone Cold saved tonight's life. He did.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
The highs outweigh the lows, but there were way more lows than highs. It normally would be a C+, but Mania gets the bump to a B-. EPW always gets an A+. You guys are the best. A-. People are throwing out the grades. Favorite Mania moment. That's tough, man. I don't know. I'd have to think about those.
Little Nate
running down at 24. It should be good. Listen, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Tune back in for night 2. We're going to be covering that, and it sounds like we're going to be covering Monday Night Raw. Jesus, I blame you for a lot of this. I know you're in the arena. You're probably on your way back to your hotel or getting home, whatever you're doing out there, Jesus.
Damn you, Jesus.
We blame you, Jesus. We're going to do that Raw after Mania for you. Pray for us.
Yes.
But we'll be back tomorrow with another episode of the podcast. Thank you all for supporting Everything Pro Wrestling. We appreciate the love. Tell a friend to check us out. Everything Pro Wrestling. For myself, Derek, we are out. One.